The individual trappings, characters, and references to crossing the streams carry lots of nostalgia weight in the Ghostbusters franchise. But if you're really trying to make something distinctively Ghostbusters, what it really needs is to be just a little stupid in a good way. And in Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, I suspect IllFonic may have nailed the exact flavor of good stupidity I was looking for from a 4-person cooperative Ghostbusters game.
Something strange.
Keep your head up and your equipment charged.
Like all good comedy, the ghost fights in Spirits Unleashed need some structure first. In my hands-on session, I'm dropped into a map called The Museum, with 3 comrades to, of course, bust a ghost. The ghost's job, meanwhile, is to escape our capture and thoroughly haunt the museum before we can stop it. I'm armed appropriately with a proton pack and a PKE meter I can swap between, as well as a ghost trap I can toss on the ground for ghost capturing, though if I don't remember to pick it up when I'm done, I won't have it at my disposal for the next ghost encounter. In the early parts of the match, our PKE meters start to blip, but they might not necessarily be indicating the ghost itself. The ghost can haunt different objects, sending chairs flying across the room or creating other eerie, ghastly effects. He's also protecting 3 rifts hidden across the museum that we'll need to destroy with our proton packs if we want to win the match. As long as there's still a rift up, the ghost can use it to respawn if we manage to capture and trap it. But if we find and blast the rifts apart, the ghost is toast. But more than trying to evade capture, the ghost we're after is here on a mission. He's here to haunt. As I experienced in my later match on the spectral side, ghosts can win by scaring away all the innocent, bystanding civilians roaming the map. Civilians are easily startled, so ghost abilities like sliming or sending out smaller, ghostly minions are freaky enough to do the job. Or they can just go in for a direct attack.
Get me out of here!
Fortunately, the ghost doesn't have unlimited scare power. Every ghostly ability costs them ectoplasm, which must be rejuvenated eventually by possessing an object for a period of time, rendering the ghost more vulnerable to capture. Especially if he, as one of my opponents did, possesses an innocent mop bucket and then scoots rapidly across the floor in a goofy attempt to escape our grasp. For the first half of the match, catching the ghost is just a secondary objective. Since our opponent can respawn as long as there's a rift around, we're stalking around the museum, PKE meters out, looking for rifts to destroy and calming down any concerned civilians we run across. But the ghost isn't giving up rifts easily. Our attempts to close them result in chaotic, colorful firefights as the ghost belches slime and sneakily disables our proton packs from behind. Our proton packs are powerful and can, with enough focus, grapple the ghost for a period of time to drag it into a trap. But they're appropriately unwieldy and deliberately hard to aim, resulting in plenty of familiar Ghostbusters moments where we're all waving our guns wildly around one another, trying to latch onto a ghost as it cackles merrily above our heads and sends another wave of ghost minions to distract us further. As the match progresses, objects begin floating and glowing with wild abandon, and civilians begin scattering out the doors. All of the matches I played during my demo time culminated in a frantic final few minutes, where the Ghostbuster team sprinted through the museum to track and trap the ghost, pinging map locations where it was spotted and yelling gleefully into the microphone as we awkwardly tried to blast it down from a distance. Meanwhile, with nothing left to distract his pursuers, our resident ghost has to stay alive long enough to find and scare away the final civilians with its limited energy stores, all while faced with an increasingly aggressive squad of Ghostbusters. I'm proud to say I did manage to win my match alone as the Ghost against a team of developer Ghostbusters, largely by aggressively haunting every boring inanimate object I ran across until the whole museum looked like a very gooey magic show. So after just a few bouncy rounds with the single preview map, Ghost and Powers, I'm hopeful that the full game's emergent silliness will make playing it with my friends sticky, fun, and yes, a little stupid. Exactly what I want from Ghostbusters. For more on Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, check out the reveal trailer. And for everything else in the world of video games, be it the human world or the ghost world, stay tuned to IGN.